Guys, it's so lovely to meet you both. I absolutely adore this show, and I think everyone here today really does. So it must be so lovely to be a part of the cast of something that has just been so well embraced. What do you think it is that people love about this show, I guess?
I think the honest way that the writers deal with the content, actually.
Yes,
I think that sex is something we all want to talk about, and we all like have our own issues about and don't fully understand everything.
Yeah.
But we're all so prudish and, I don't know, ashamed, embarrassed about it. But this show is kind of, it's just really like painfully honest about it.
I totally agree. It really resonates with people, I think. Young and old who are like, I wish that show was around when I was a teenager. You know?
Absolutely.
Like, we all learned a lot. One of my favourite things about sex education is that none of the characters kind of fall into the typical archetypes. You know, you're not just the jock, you're not just the bully. There's far more depth to them. So for you as actors, how was it to play these kind of complicated characters?
Great. Natural.
Yeah.
Felt real. It didn't feel like, I'm going to have to just stick to this fake archetype. What you were saying, you know, it's good that we're there so fully fleshed, and even more so in this series.
Yeah, definitely. And what about yourself? Like, it's Adam's character is brilliant, you know, because you kind of hate him, but then you're like, oh wow, there's so much going on with him.
He is a typically hated person, but somehow it comes across not so.
Yeah, but that's your performance, I think, though.
I think they've cut it together very, very well.
And your character, Ola, has her man, but of course there's the whole will they, won't they going on with Maeve. What I want to know is, part of me is rooting for Otis and Maeve to get together, but I actually think Ola and Otis are better together. So what?
Interesting.
Yeah, I think they're more suited. So
I
don't
think
know.
that's quite a good place to be, I think, at the beginning of series 2, especially for viewers, because we get to see their relationship blossom and develop, and the outcomes of all of that obviously has an effect on, you know, how they move forward.
Yeah, definitely. And I suppose there will be more to do with Otis and Maeve down the line. But for the moment, I'm on team Otis and Ola.
Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
And your character is just fantastic. I absolutely love her. And it must be so great to play someone who is just so wonderfully weird. How do you kind of tap into her, Lily's kind of...
Oh, because she's already there. She's already in me. I kind of find that a very natural space for me to be. The weird one, the odd one out. That's where I live. But yeah, so...
But in that, she's so confident. I love
so that. Confident. That's what's so great about her, is that she doesn't care. Like, she doesn't even think she's... Like, I know, I'm aware of feeling that I'm, like, odd in social situations or whatever, but she doesn't. She just, like, she thinks she's great. She has so much confidence and self-esteem.
It's awesome.
God, I wish I had her self-esteem.
It seems like a really fun show to work on, and that you all get on really well. Is that the case? Is it as fun as it looks?
Each other.
This is a lot right now.
For you guys, what would be your other favourite characters, I suppose, besides yourselves in the show?
Oh my gosh, I have an array, actually.
Oh yeah.
Mrs. Groff, I think, is a shared personal favourite character.
Yes.
She's amazing, and I think she has an incredible storyline, and especially for older women as well, who are married, that kind of, we explore it, but we never really, like, in other TV programs, I feel like we've explored this storyline, but only to a certain extent.
Yes.
And in sex education, oh my God, do we get to see it, and it's so satisfying for me.
And it's good that, like, that's available to across the generations, because it's like young people need to know this stuff as well. Like, you really do.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And it's just as important, you know, for a young woman to be like, okay, you know, your stories can still be told.
Yeah.
And in fact, they should be, you know, so.
Yeah. No.
I love that about Mrs. Groff. I think she symbolises something amazing.
Yeah. Finally, guys, my last question, which I've been asking everyone today, and most people have not liked me for asking it, but it's, what's your best sex tips? Or I shouldn't say tips, sorry, sex advice is what I was going with.
I think that really good sex advice is to actually, like, have a conversation. Like, even, I feel like sex should be a conversation.
Yes.
And it shouldn't just be like this routine that you're really well rehearsed at, and then and the lights are dimmed and we commence. And, it will be perfect. I think it should be like, you should talk about it while you're doing it. Like, is this okay? Because that's not weird.
No, and also it means there's room for experimentation if that's the case, you know, and time for exploration in a lovely, safe, consensual way.
Yes.
I found out the other day that a female orgasm is helped if you wear socks. Not the man, the woman. Because if they're cold, it might take longer.
No way.
Yeah.
That's a good tip.
Well,
I haven't heard that one.
it might not be true, but try it. Wear some socks.
I think always use protection in the physical and emotional sense.
I like that.
Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
That makes
protection.
sense. Yeah.